see how a guy moves standing up. It's a kind of a different thing when he's got to use his balance.
Coндit trying to get up.
Back up to his feet. George has got his hands locked, though. Carlos is going for a ride. But Carlos is reaching down for the Kimura, so George has to be careful about that.
George looking for the high cross.
See how Carlos has that locked up, Mike. And so because of that, that's keeping George from attacking. And George breaks it free and gets him down. You know, how do you score this round? Because George is on top pounding him, but I think Carlos did the most damage.
Well, the only times GSP has been defeated in his career, they were both first-round stoppages. And George St-Pьer is 9-0 in fights that go the distance.
Turning for that, look at that, you almost sweeped him. Turning for that armbar.
Serra and Hughes with 1 second left in the round back in 2004.
George steps over, and now he's in half guard again, Mike.
In what George called the most important fight of his life.
He's in half guard here, and he's triangling the leg. And see how he's doing that, Mike? That keeps Carlos from sneaking that leg out and going to full guard. He's trying hard.
He had GSP in trouble early.
You know, how do you score this round? This is a very interesting round.
Control for GSP,
but
big shot for Condit. We are headed to the championship rounds. We got ourselves a fight.
Bravo, George. Bravo.
Very good, George.
Respire, respire, George. Respire. Écoute-moi bien, George.
You did good, George.
Respire. Écoute,
just relax.
They got to put some ice on that swelling.
Listen to me, you got to hit him more in the head.
Gotten some ice on that
yet. Vraiment loin.
You got to keep the distance and keep far from him.
Tu mets au sol, tu fais un match de lutte. Il reste 2 rounds.
You still got 2 rounds, so pace yourself. This is the 4th round.
Il a gagné une peut-être. Tu le mets sur le dos, tu le défends.
He maybe won 1 round.
Let's take a look at that kick to the head. He came up from, look at this, brilliant job by Carlos Condit. And George was legitimately staggered there. That was a big kick. And they never got ice on that swelling, Mike. They should have got an end swell on that right away. Because if that gets bigger and he drops down by the eye, that could really interfere with his vision.
And you see the bruise on the forehead. A hematoma coming on the right side of the forehead. 2 kicks thrown early by Condit. Round 4.
Condit can look at that and see his handiwork.
Switches his stance to southpaw. George landed 1 takedown in the first round.
And again, he got it again. Yeah, that one snuck through again.
1 in the second and 2 in the third.
And George just lands one of his own.
Anderson Silva watching this fight very closely with Lyoto Machida. Both men earned UFC belts in 2006, but George lost his first defense against Serra. Anderson with 10 total defenses.
George got him on the ground again, turning the corner, side control.
George looking for a 7th choke.
George's got to keep that right hip out. Yeah. Immediately, Carlos snuck that hip in and got the right knee into play, and now he's in half guard. George had that opportunity to stay in side control there. He lost it. George doesn't mind being on top in half guard, though. In fact, Randy Couture preferred being in half guard for ground and pound because of the fact that you could hold on to the guy's leg and keep him in position. For grappling, you know, for straight submissions, it's not a good position, but for control and ground and pound, it is.
Condit is no stranger to 5-round fights. He had the one recently with Nick Diaz, but he was scheduled for 5 5-minute rounds 5 times. In the WEC, never had to go the distance in those.
Good shots from the bottom by Carlos Condit here. I like how he's attacking from the bottom. He's making George work here. These are good shots. He's going under, he's going over, elbows, punches, constantly attacking, keeping 1 foot on the hip too, Mike. And George tried to step over that, which he did. But Carlos will push down that knee and slide his right leg up and back, or left leg rather, up and back into play.
Condit said, GSP is the champ until I beat him. I am the placeholder. Huge huge advantage in top position for GSP.
This is the championship rounds of a grueling fight so far. George steps over again.
Carlos doing an amazing job, Joe. Every time GSP gets a half guard, he gets those hips back underneath and closes his full guard.
And his guard's excellent. Now he goes mission control. Now this is good because he's got that arm pinned down. He got up, lost the position, trying to hold the arm. And George smartly turns away from it.
Uh-oh. Looking for the knee bar.
He's looking to hold on to that leg. George has got all his weight down on it, though. It's okay right now.
It's the left knee, not the right knee.
Triangle attempt here. George's got a posture up here.
And he's out. There's where being slippery comes into play.
Certainly.
Under 2 on the clock in the 4th.
Also being trained well, so he understands what not to do in that situation.
Supernatural talent and athleticism helps, right?
That all helps. And being gorilla strong.
Yeah, the spider. Wonder what he's thinking with George being so big in this fight. The greatest of all time, Anderson Silva.
Carlos gets back to his feet. But George has his hands locked.
And that cut over the right eye of Condit, Joe.
Reversal by Condit.
Is open again, and the blood going into the eyes of Condit, knee on belly.
Brilliant reversal by Condit. Oh, George almost reversed him, but he got stuck against the cage.
Right back down.
You know, the wrestling of George St-Pierre is just so sensational. It saves him in so many spots.
5 for 5 with his takedown.
He's just able to out-grapple guys consistently. And Carlos is attacking that Kimura again, but he can't hold on to it.
Joe, we had said it earlier, when the stars align and you get a matchup like this, we are truly blessed, and what a matchup it has been.
It is everything we thought it was going to be.
And more so. Final 30 seconds of the 4th round.
And it's really being decided so far by George's grappling. Although the most exciting moment came from Carlos' striking. Carlos again with feet on the hips.
Final seconds of the round.
Again, back to his feet.
Big breaths, Carlos. Big breaths.
This is
You got
awesome.
breath back.
Mike Winklejohn.
Give me 3 big ones. 3 big breaths, Carlos. That's all I want. Breathe, breathe. Gotta have your breath back for this round. You will. Carlos, you're in great shape. Breathe. One more time. All right, Carlos. We need this round. You gotta put him out. We gotta put him out. Do not be lazy against that cage. Get off first. Give me some stabs and some ups. You got it? Get off first. Don't be lazy against the cage. You got it? We gotta knock him out, Carlos.
Encore une fois. Il reste une ronde.
Just one more round left. Let's go.
Il faut qu'il te mette KO, George.
You gotta go. You gotta finish the
Il
fight.
reste 5 minutes.
5 minutes to go.
Il reste 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Maintain the breathing,
5 minutes, t'es champion du monde.
5 minutes for the world champion.
Props to our translator, Derek, who speaks Portuguese and French.
He's a worldly man. 7 successful defenses at 170 for Hughes. St-Pierre looking for his 7th tonight, which would be 7 in a row. Matt Hughes, 9-3 in championship fights. George St-Pierre, 9-2 going into this battle. So if you want to truly claim that you are the greatest welterweight champion in UFC history, you can do so tonight by going 10-2 in championship fights and surpassing Hughes, the Hall of Famer.
Beautiful combination there by GSP. The left hook with the right leg kick. Now Carlos is opening up.
Winklejohn, the world champion kickboxer, said you have got to leave it all in there and finish him here. Sure, he feels they are down 3-1.
Oh, nice spinning back kick by Condi. Didn't get full extension on it.
You got to talk about, Joe, our cut men that are working both corners. Both of these guys bloodied up, but neither dripping right now. A great job done. Looking for another one. He got it.
George,
6 for 6.
Carlos has a switch on him though, Mike. See that right hand deep in? He lost it. George keeps on that leg. Carlos is free and side kicks him away. Excellent defensive side kick.
This is the most punishment Saint-Pьer has taken in a long time.
He tagged him with that right hand.
Looking for that Anderson Silva kick, the Lyoto Machida kick. The Spider watching very closely.
Good right hand by Carlos. Nice straight left by Carlos.
Just over 3 minutes remain in our main event of the evening. First fight in nearly 19 months for Saint-Pьer.
Again, he goes high with that kick.
That one off the arms. Nice left hand. Saint-Pьer 6 for 6 in his takedowns tonight. Looking for the uppercut. Past the midway point of the 5th and final round. Saint-Pьer 9-0 in fights that go the distance. Stiff jab. Double jab, followed up by a big right hand. Saint-Pьer looking for the finish still.
Takes him down again. He's in full mount. Nope. Carlos sneaks the legs up. And George steps over, half guard. Gets a head and arm here. Let's see if he can get that leg free and mount.
Carlos got his back off the cage, Joe, but he may remain on his back for the rest of this fight if Saint-Pьer has his way trying to solidify the victory.
Carlos got the left hand on the hip and he's trying to sneak his left leg up. And George is pressing down on the shin, his right shin on the thigh, so I believe he's probably trying to free that leg up and perhaps move to mount.
Under 90 seconds remain.
Yeah, he's trying to mount. He's going to try to slide
of all
that leg
time.
out. Here it comes. Nope, Carlos gets it right back in.
But Carlos needs to get up and do something, Joe.
He certainly does.
7 for 7. For the man who has landed more takedowns efficiently than anyone in UFC history.
He got impatient there, Mike. He gave up his back.
Trying to slide out of trouble.
He rolls.
George is just
great roll.
He's like a huge magnet on him right now. Body.
Well, Carlos gave up his back there, and George wasn't able to capitalize. Carlos is just trying to make anything happen here.
He had to overcome the worst injury of his career and one of the most, if not the most difficult opponent. Saint-Pьer working his way towards victory. They are on their feet, 20,000 plus, including the longtime middleweight champion Anderson Silva.
Carlos again trying for that Kimura on the left arm. He's got
10 seconds remain. Big elbows by the champion. And they go the distance. What a fight. What a fight. How about greatly surpassed any expectations?
That was an outstanding fight. Carlos had his moment. He really did. He had that one moment where George was in big, big trouble, but George showed what a champion's all about. And it's really interesting because a lot of people question whether or not George would be able to get through a situation of adversity, get through a situation where he's badly hurt. And boy, he showed that tonight.
Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Here we go. Takedown after takedown.
There's
and big
the
elbow.
big cut. in the first that really